The best putters in the world get 4 things right when they make putts: a perfect setup, a perfect stroke, a perfect speed, and a perfect direction. Seymour's patented and proven rifle scope technology putting system helps golfers improve all 4 areas. Here's how. First, get in a comfortable posture. Square the face to the target line using the putter's alignment line. Then hide the red dot. Doing these 3 things will set you up in an optimal stance, square to the putter, square to the target line, and with your head, shoulders, hips, and hands in alignment. Now you're locked onto the target, like radar, free to putt with confidence the same way every time. Take your game to the next level by becoming a great putter with a Seymour.
Okay. All right, Irv. So here's your golf lesson today. It was great to meet you here. So what we kind of pinpointed is when you get to the top of your backswing here on the right. All right, we've kind of pinpointed you holding this angle or releasing the angle. And as you get down through the golf ball, you know, you want to try to stay close to 90 degrees as possible, as long as possible into the hit. So right there, you can see now the hits. There's no more distance or no more power source saved. No more cock to that punch, right? And then when you get to the impact area, it actually will just mark it in red. It actually goes the other way. So when you flip your wrists here, that increases the club head loft, shoots it up in the air, and then it's losing you your power. Now the reason why this happens is so the one on the left, it's the same video here, so the one on the left is your address position, the one on the right is your impact position. And you can see that there's no rotation in the golf swing. So so here's Jordan Spieth. Right, make them left-handed for you. So top of the backswing, almost identical, right? Turned your hips as much, right? All that stuff's good. So, but watch how it changes. Now, granted, you know, he's in top physical shape. He's 23 years old, but there it is. See, as that hip starts to turn, he's able to keep the club head higher in the backswing. Right? He still basically has an angle here. Right. Right? There's no angle there.
Well, he kept it vertical a lot longer than I did.
Right. Because we're most of us mere mortals throw the club head at the ball and swing it with their hands rather than these guys swinging it with their body. So, right. So here's your address position. Right. We can take you to right. So top left is address. Top right, top of your backswing. More importantly, impact.
So I turned too late. I mean, I'd make a full turn, but it's already after.
Right. It's turning forward. It's initiating. You got to initiate the lower body. Right.
Rory McIlroy is only 5'9", 161 pounds. But in the U.S. Open, he bombed his drives an average of over 310 yards. Our question is, how does a golfer Rory's size get so much length off the tee? The key to generating distance is what's called the kinetic chain, drawing energy from the ground up through the legs, through the torso, into the arms, and into the club. And in the middle of that kinetic chain is a critical link, the hips. And it's Rory's extraordinary hip action that caught the eye of Dr. Greg Rose. At the Titleist Performance Institute, Dr. Rose has worked with many of the world's best golfers, including Rory, using technology to analyze aspects of the golf swing that are difficult to see with the naked eye.
Rory's got that beautiful tempo, but as he comes through impact, all of a sudden something very different happens, which makes a lot of us sports science guys look at this and go, wow, what's going on there? If we look at hip speed, most amateurs are around 300 to 350 degrees per second. That's how fast they're rotating. Most pro players are around 550 degrees. Rory gets to this amazing 720 degrees per second on the downswing.
What's truly remarkable about Rory's hip acceleration is that it has another gear, reverse.
So if I'm looking at anatomy, you got to understand your abdominals, they run diagonally. Those are called your oblique abdominals. They start on your rib cage and they run down to your pelvis. So imagine it's like a rubber band attached to either side, and as that rubber band is contracting, it's going to grab both sides and pull them closer together. So in Rory's case, those abdominals fire so hard, it actually takes his lower body and it actually spins it in the opposite direction. Right there, it's actually moving 377 degrees per second the opposite direction, which is just crazy.
In other words, for a split second, Rory's hips actually move backward faster than most golfers ever move their hips forward. This reverse rotation is extremely rare. Out of the hundreds of pros he's analyzed, Dr. Rose has only seen it a handful of times. And while it isn't the key to Rory's length, it's an amazing indicator of the intense torque Rory uses to generate ball speeds of over 175 miles per hour, among the fastest in the world. Of course, Rory McIlroy didn't win the U.S. Open just by being long off the tee. His ball striking helped him set the Open record, hitting an amazing 62 out of 72 greens in regulation. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brinkus.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below with your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.